Previously on Sanctuary.
Why didn't you just tell me he was changing?
He didn't want anyone to know. And I promised him no one would.
Hey. So, I'm probably the last guy you expected to hear from, huh?
Not the last, but definitely down there.
Look, I know you quit the force and everything, but damn it, this one doesn't have your name written all over it.
Since when did you start appreciating my take on crime scenes?
The minute we rolled away from this one. Suicide. 2 nights ago in the River District. Referred to homicide so we could vet the wife's claim that her husband shot himself in the chest.
The chest. Men tend to shoot themselves in the head. Women usually favor the chest.
So I'm told.
Any other reason to think this isn't a suicide?
Well, crime lab's still processing. Neighbors heard shouting. No sign of break-in. The wife and 17-year-old son are the only ones that were inside. She's claiming the husband snapped. Kid's not saying anything at all.
Well, that makes sense. He's traumatized.
The shrink that took over when you left, Dr. Matar, he's calling the boy a high-functioning autistic. Some kind of syndrome or something.
Asperger's.
That's the one.
Okay, so you got a troubled teen and the possible suicide of his father. Not getting why you called me.
I thought maybe you could make some sense of this.
Kid draw this?
Yeah. He's drawing it when the shooting happened, according to the mother anyway. Does these in less than a minute, I'm told. And he draws them without looking.
Wow. It's quite the savant.
Yeah. Here, check out the rest. Look at that. So what does that tell you, huh?
This kid's insides are twisted in knots.
He draws these from life. It's a joke. This is a joke. Like, I just figured you're the guy who loves all these oddball cases, so.
Man, these are brilliant. I mean, they're disturbing. They're brilliant.
Yeah, we found hundreds more of them rolled up on butcher paper in the closet.
When can I talk to him?
I already got a friendly judge to steer you the psych evaluation. Huh? One catch. You only got 48 hours.
So these are obviously his demons. Nightmares brought to life.
I'm reminded of Hieronymus Bosch. His paintings were rife with abnormals.
Was Bosch a friend of yours? High school sweetheart or something?
There is such a thing as before my time.
Really?
Cheeky monkey.
Okay, check this out. Here's one I found particularly interesting.
Oh, it's a sanctuary.
Yeah.
His draftsmanship is uncanny. photographic in its fidelity.
Yeah, he must have used computer imaging for this.
Kavanaugh said the boy was homeschooled, and apparently the father wouldn't allow him access to the computer.
Okay, so he copied a photo then.
Well, the mother said he flew over Old City once on the only airplane trip he ever took in his life.
10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly 10. How'd you know?
That's when we did the renovation work on the North Tower.
Okay, but the part about not needing to see the page, how does that work?
Well, if the anecdotal evidence is true, then the boy must bypass the role of ordinary sight.
There's not much doubt about his being a savant.
He may well be more than that.
Now, the police are obviously more interested in how the father died than the boy's potential abnormality.
Understandably.
I've been given a temporary pipeline to the case file. We can get their forensics in real time.
What about the family?
Kavanaugh's made arrangements for the boy and his mother to visit us here. I was hoping maybe you'd have time to be part of that.
Wouldn't miss it.
Okay, cool.
Henry. Food. Henry.
He's my father, isn't he?
They always did call you a heartbreaker from the time I had you in a stroller.
Come on, those were old geezers playing checkers in the park.
You didn't say anything on the flight back from Rome. In fact, you haven't spoken to me since we got back.
Yeah, well, what's there to say?
Maybe that you're angry, feeling betrayed.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm trying to get words out of you.
Mom, I understand what your motives were. There were no good choices. I don't fault you.
I wouldn't blame you if you did.
Okay, well, you were worried about my feelings, right?
I put you in harm's way with every swing of the pendulum, but the truth is, Ashley, I can't bear to see you hurt.
What really hurt wasn't the news. It was that it didn't come from you.
Our sympathies for your loss, Mrs. Myers.
Thank you. My son will be along. He found something to draw in the garden. He's not quite ready to talk to strangers. You have to understand, Edward. He's a very, special boy.
We've seen his art. We understand how special he is.
He's done that since he first picked up a crayon. His subjects haven't always been so dark. He drew this of Robbie and me when he was only 8.
Robbie's your other son.
Yeah, he ran away when he was 14.
I'm sorry.
The file said that Robbie got into trouble for starting fires.
Oh, no, he'd stopped all that. But Glenn, he drove him away.
Was your husband abusive to all of you?
My husband was a good man. He had his problems, but he loved us.
Feeling love and inflicting pain aren't mutually exclusive.
When you're a mother, protecting your children, that's all that matters.
Can you tell us what happened the night that Glenn died?
I woke up to the shouting.
You don't think I see it? Huh? Laughing at you, old man? How you look at me when I talk to you?
He'd been drinking.
I said look at me! Look at me! Look at me!
I'm sorry. Stop it. Stop it. the gun down.
I was afraid the gun would go off accidentally, and then... Just like that, he turned the gun on himself. I called 911, but it was too late.
I realize now that Glenn would never have hurt Edward or anyone else. This wasn't the first time that he tried to take his life. It was...
Just so you know, the evaluation with Edward may take a few sessions.
But I'm at my wit's end, honestly. I have to deal with the funeral arrangements, and Edward, he's scared to sleep in the room where it all happened.
You're welcome to leave him in our care.
Oh.
How's it going? My name's Will. I think your artwork is pretty awesome. I've always admired people who can draw. Could never get much past stick figures myself.
Edward? Dr. Magnus and Dr. Zimmerman, they're gonna take care of you for a couple of days. No. Just give me time to do everything that I have to do. Edward, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come here. It's gonna be okay.
Any luck with Henry?
He still won't come out of his room.
This has been the rudest of awakenings.
I worry that he will keep spiraling down.
We can provide every support, but only Henry can come to terms with what he's becoming. Nice to see you, Henry.
I know I've been MIA. I'm sorry about that.
I more than understand.
It's not like you didn't warn me this day was coming.
Doesn't make it any easier, though, does it?
Been catching up on some research that's long overdue on my bad self. I never wanted to know any of this. Just figured if I ignored it, it'd just go away, you know, kind of like having some disease, but being all about denying it.
This isn't a disease, Henry.
Can't sleep. Smells are out of control. Food tastes terrible.
We both need to figure out this phenomenon.
You weren't there. You weren't there, and you didn't see it.
If anything had happened to you, I would never have forgiven myself.
Because something did happen to me. And all I know is I can't control it.
Not as yet, no, but...
Look, Doc, I've spent my adult life working with abnormals, learning to accept them, even appreciate them. But now I am one. I'm terrified.
I often wonder what would have become of you if I'd left you on the moors. To be raised by your kind.
Well, at least that way I wouldn't miss being human.
Yes.
I saw your light was on. Am I disturbing you? Mind if I come in? Where do these come from? These creatures?
Here.
Does it help to draw them? Make it less scary? There were pictures of Robbie, too. Your brother. You must miss him a lot. When you drew that picture that night of the monster holding the gun, did you see what happened? How your father died?
I can't think.
Okay. Maybe we can talk again when you're not so tired. Good night.
Don't worry, Edward. This machine simply measures your eye movements while you draw.
You want me to draw?
Anything from memory. Is there something you'd like to suggest?
Doesn't matter.
All right, have you ever been to Chinatown? When most people see, their focus shifts from one area of interest to another. When we remember, we interpolate, we fill in the blanks.
Which is why eyewitness testimony is so notoriously unreliable.
Exactly. Now, Edward's visual apparatus, on the other hand, acts more like an image scanner, rapidly moving in parallel sweeps and then archiving.
So he really is a living computer.
This rendering took less than a minute from start to finish.
Wow. The detail is extraordinary.
With respect, this is what's extraordinary. I asked Edward to concentrate on one portion of the scene, this area here, and then a zoom on the zoom. In this case, a face, just barely visible in the shadows, becomes this.
Okay, so I'm not sure I get this. Edward's got this Where's Waldo thing going on with abnormals?
And that's assuming there wasn't an abnormal in the doorway.
Perhaps he sees the monster that lurks beneath.
So what are you saying? He detects the abnormals amongst us?
Or simply the true personas of damaged people.
So an abusive father becomes a monster.
Exactly.
Hey. You don't have to turn it off.
I've seen it.
Is this where some of them come from? The monsters?
I draw what I see.
You know, I see them too.
Really?
We actually have a lot in common, you and I. Details jump out at me. Things that go right by other people. Like right now, I can see signs that you're afraid to tell me what you know. That drawing from the other night. The creature. That was your father.
He wasn't always like that. He could be nice.
He wasn't nice that night. He pointed a gun at you.
To scare me, it'd never hurt me.
You're seeing it.
You don't know what I'm seeing.
Of course not. Your thoughts are yours, mine are mine. You only share them if you want to.
How did he die, Edward? Was it Robbie?
No.
Come back?
No.
Then why are you thinking about him?
I said they were my thoughts.
How did your father die? Did Robbie shoot your father?
Hey, how you look at me when I talk to you? I said look at me!
I thought I was gonna die. I grabbed a gun. I didn't mean to kill him.
We've been able to verify that your body has entered a new metamorphic phase. Everything we know about proteins tells us they continue to evolve over their lifetimes. I mean, there may be powers or abilities that you gain that we can't even hope to fathom. Imagine a caterpillar arresting its metamorphosis before it becomes a butterfly.
You really think it was a butterfly that brought down that snake creature? Look, I can't account for myself when I'm that thing. And what if I hurt one of you? I can't let that happen. So, you either chain me up in the shoe, or you tell me how I can stop all this. I need to know what my choices are.
There is a surgical remedy, but it's not without its risks. It involves excising portions of both the pituitary and pineal glands.
If it'll keep me human, then bring it on.
I want you to think about this long and hard, Henry.
Okay. Done.
It could well impact who you are, how you think.
Was it some kind of lobotomy or something?
Oh, no, certainly not. But could it blunt your intelligence? Alter your personality? We just don't know. Promise me you'll think about it.
The more I look at the evidence, the less I believe both Ruth's and Edward's accounts.
You think they were both covering for Robbie?
Just a sec. Hey.
Hey, nice work. The stain on the robe was a dead match for the gun oil on the weapon. She obviously wiped it down.
I'm getting Eat the Booker, just on that.
Look, hold off, okay? I need a little more time.
Come on, talk to me.
I saw some things in the crime scene photos I'd like to check out on site.
Oh, I thought we were gonna keep the investigation side of this discreet.
Hey, you came to me, remember?
All right. Oh, and you should know, Ms. Myers tried to take possession of her husband's body. Had a quick cremation all planned.
Well, the ME didn't release it, right?
Well, of course not, but it doesn't do much for the trust factor.
See, this just doesn't feel right. That's why I need to see the apartment.
I'll call the wife, let her know you're coming.
Okay, thanks.
Who did he keep down there?
It's not what you think.
What about Robbie? He got the brunt of it, didn't he? What did Glenn call it? Discipline?
In my experience, it's often a cover for cruelty.
He threatened you, didn't he?
He said he'd take the boys. Take Robbie and Edward. If I ever tried to leave him.
The file said that you didn't report Robbie as missing for almost 5 days.
Glenn didn't want to go to the police in case Robbie showed up.
Then you'll appreciate how important it is I report any new evidence.
But you...
Well, I wasn't entirely comfortable with you making it sound as if the sanctuary were an arm of law enforcement.
Well, I had to push her to get at what she was hiding.
The unraveling of who killed this man and why may well yield a treasure trove of information about this abnormality. But make no mistake, I will not help compound an injustice.
So what are you saying, that we withhold evidence from the authorities?
If it's in the service of preserving an extraordinary life like Edward's, or the mother who tried to protect those sons, you better know that I would.
And I guess one of us is going to be uncomfortable. Either way, it's down to us to sort out what really happened. And that means finding Robbie.
I've been thinking. Edward has a pixel-perfect record of his father's death.
He says he doesn't remember what happened.
We was able to retrieve one image from that night.
His father pointing the gun.
You recall I was talking about the interpolation of data to make our memories complete.
Yeah.
If we could get Edward to render key moments surrounding the fatal shot, Henry could program the computer to fill in the missing frames.
So we'd have a movie of the crime.
As near as you can reconstruct from a person's memories.
Huh. But there's just one problem. Edward doesn't want to remember.
Let's get him down here. There's no harm in trying.
I've made up my mind. I saw the way that kid looked at me, and if he can see it, then it's not far from surfacing again. I want this thing gone.
Despite the risks we've talked about.
That would be correct.
Very well. I'll schedule the surgery.
Henry, I think about what you're about to do and it scares me.
Well, you get a look at that thing inside me and it'll scare you even more.
I just don't want to lose the Henry I know.
Look, I'm not real thrilled about it either, Ash. But no matter what I do, I'm gonna wind up different.
Yeah, but dude, maybe the abnormal different isn't as bad as you think it might be.
Come on, Ashley, you're not talking to an amateur here. We've both seen the ugly side of the abnormal world, up close.
We've also seen its wonder. Its beauty.
You said your father aimed the shotgun at you, and that you pulled it away and shot him. Can you show us that? Edward, this is a right hand. Why is it on the left side of the image?
This isn't your hand, is it, Edward? This right hand has a scar on it. Yours doesn't. I'm guessing this was Robbie.
No!
It's all right, Edward. Was Robbie the one your father was threatening?
Your mom and dad issued a full description of Robbie when he went missing. This scar was one of the distinguishing marks.
If he was the occupant of that little room under the floor, he'd have more than enough reason for payback.
I told you it was me.
Right now, they're this close to charging your mother for tampering with evidence, and that charge could turn to murder like that unless we can...
Edward! Edward!
It's okay. Robbie?
Edward!
Got him?
Yeah.
What's his condition?
Still guarded. He suffered a grand mal seizure. Still a threat of subarachnoid hemorrhaging.
I'm sorry. If I hadn't pushed him so hard, none of this would have happened.
No neurologic deficits have surfaced. But clearly now we have to err on the side of caution.
What the hell did we see?
Dark side to his power.
It's like his eyes were shooting out heat bursts.
And that would explain the scorch marks on the walls of that chamber.
What about the marks on Ruth?
I can't imagine that Edward would have inflicted those. At least not intentionally.
And if it was the husband?
Maybe they weren't cigarette burns at all. The ME's file said there was evidence that the father suffered seizures as well.
If the father wasn't abnormal, he probably passed it on to Edward.
The father's abnormality was the burning eyes power.
Hey, what if he could sense when it was coming on?
And had himself locked away to protect his loved ones, yes. Glenn Myers may have built that chamber for himself.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, I know I pushed you to places in your head that you weren't ready to go. I'm sorry if the...
You don't have to apologize.
Is there anything I can get you?
My sketch pad.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
My mom didn't do it. I can show them.
So obviously you don't agree with my decision.
Not for me to pass judgment.
What would you do?
I'm not the one trying to purge his abnormal nature.
But if you could.
Deny who I am? Why? I'm not ashamed.
I'm not suggesting you should be, but...
But what?
I've spent a lifetime more or less human.
You've yet to discover your gift.
You think turning into that mongrelized human is a gift? Okay, that thing between my teeth is my foot.
You only see the curse in it. Every gift comes with one.
What's your curse?
Now, you are on this journey with me. It's something you'll discover.
The difference between you and me is you can control your power.
And in time, so are you. Now get to work.
Now, if you feel the slightest bit uncomfortable or you want to quit, just let me know, okay?
I think I'm pretty much ready to go here, boss.
Understand that the computer tries to maintain the laws of both physics and psychology when filling in the blanks. It's not without its flaws.
Edward.
It's not safe out there.
No, that's what he wants you to believe. But
Get away from him, Robbie. You're not taking him away. There's nothing out there but shame and hate. I know, I seen it.
it's different for me and Ed. He deserves a life.
You get the hell out of here, Robbie. I never want you to experience the pain that I did. I'm so sorry.
Dad, please, stop!
Yeah, we still can't see whose fingers on the trigger. Robbie's body's blocking it.
Just wait. There, the reflection in the mirror captured it all.
Let go of the gun, Dad! Stop it! Stop it! Stop!
Robbie lets go of the gun and...
Get back! Dad! Let go of the gun! Stop it, please, Dad!
The father didn't have to pull the trigger. He ignited the charge directly with his eyes.
Hey, watch the car.
You watch it.
Bring the evidence?
Missing persons Robbie Myers unsolved, right there.
Look, I know you want answers.
Yeah, tell me about it.
What's the matter?
The case, our case, it's pulled, erased, eradicated. Everything, the files, crime lab, ballistics, everything. The coroner had to surrender the husband's body to a caravan of black 4x4s.
Sent by whom?
But whatever's happening here is way above my pay grade. Someone powerful finds Edward's family very, very important. What? Too paranoid?
Welcome to my world. For all we know, Robbie could be blaming himself for his father's death. We gotta try and find him. He could be hiding out of pure fear.
You know, I understand that.
Magnus says you're, going through with the surgery.
Yeah. Listen, if I start growing man boobs, I'm depending on you to tell me.
Who knows, you might look good.
Hey, this belonged to the boy, right, Robbie?
Yeah, I guess so. Why?
No, just wondering.
Your mother should be here in a couple of hours.
What about Robbie?
We're making every effort to find him.
Why were you so afraid to tell us what in the end you showed us?
Mom always said it'd be the end of us all if the world ever knew about him.
Well, you don't have to fear that now. Hello?
Dr. Magnus, it's Henry.
Where are you?
I'm very close to Robbie Myers.
Henry said Robbie's been living down here all this time.
Robbie.
Told you he'd be coming, didn't I?
I've missed you so bad. It's okay. We can both go home now. Mom's waiting.
Will.
This is yours?
Come in.
You haven't forgotten about today, have you?
Oh, I didn't forget. I just kind of changed my mind.
You don't want to go through with the operation?
No. No, I don't.
May I ask why?
I'm not sure if there is any one reason. I thought about Edward, Robbie, what I might contribute if I gave the powers a chance. I guess I thought about some butterflies. Wow, I can't believe I just said that.
Neither can I. Doesn't sound like you.
I guess you can say I'm a changed man.